All right. This is our second one. This will be better. The first one went actually well. Platinum interview series with the Clarendon Hills Chamber of Commerce. Um, we have we have. I should almost do a mystery thing, but they're going to see the branding of the interview we're doing, so it's not much of a mystery. But we have our second platinum business in for our interview series. I'm going to throw it to you to kind of give us an introduction, who you are,
Great.
what business you are with, and kind of let's start out with like the elevator pitch, just so everybody knows what Vintage Charm is all about, and give the trailer equivalent of Vintage Charm, what you guys are all about, the elevator pitch.
Okay. I'm Francesca Soriano. I'm the manager of the Clarendon Hills Vintage Charm store. We are an individual, unique boutique for ladies' clothing, home accessories, jewelry, and unique gift items. So,
Great.
yeah.
So let's talk origin story. So you guys started out. Where was the first store?
The first store started in LaGrange, but she started out of her home doing home gift shows. And then out of her love for antiques, she opened up a booth at Jackson Mall.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of started there. And then wanting to expand, then she opened up a storefront in LaGrange. And then a year and a half later, she's at Hillgrove and Brainerd now, and she's been there for 18 years.
18 years. So
Yeah.
it kind of gives the power of like starting small incremental steps.
Yes.
Started at a home-based business. So any home-based businesses out there, great testing ground to test your product.
Right.
And then slowly expanding. So if we could say, so I think it's fair to say that the last 2 years have been quite a disruption for retail, kind of, in certain ways, as far as traditional walk up, right? So if you're a retail business and you were 80% of your business was walk up, and now we have a shutdown where people aren't walking anywhere.
Correct.
What did that situation do? Like, as far as how did you guys pivot? Because I think that was the tire. Like, if we had to hear pivot one more time, like, but that was kind of the word of that time.
Yes.
How did you guys pivot? What did it make you quickly evaluate to make sure that you guys you weren't survival mode? So how did that work for you guys?
So we already had an established online store. So it was easy for us to just photograph every item and get it all online. So we already had our social media going. We had our curbside. We put everything on the front windows for people to window shop. Just walk up, call in, tell us what they wanted, take payments, and it just, everybody was so supportive, the whole community.
So that was like a weekend decision. Like that was like over 3 days, you guys were like, we either have to do this
Yes.
or figure this out.
Yeah. And because Nancy is so smart on making quick decisions on what we need to do. And that was really important, to just go with it. This was our only avenue, and she took off.
Right. So now, aside from the elephant in the room is Amazon. A lot of people get their stuff from Amazon. Now they've been trained, actually. I think it's fair to say that inevitably Amazon was going to get people to rely on delivery, but whatever that 2 year span probably upped that reliance 10 years. Like they almost fast forwarded that
Correct.
result. So more and more people are buying on Amazon, those types of things. But you guys are still getting walk-in. Like every time I'm going in there, it's bustling. You still are motivating people to leave their home for a shopping experience. What is that unique factor? I would imagine because you're not going to get all the stuff you have in your store just simply by ordering on Amazon. So I imagine there's a component there. What are those unique ingredients that any retailer can even learn from your story to coexist with the inevitable like change of people's buying habits?
Well, the one thing I kept hearing was it's hard to know what you get online.
Right.
So they love walking in, the interaction with people. They love our customer service, trying on the product, and that very convenient location where you could just walk into your neighborhood store, see a friendly face, and walk out with a new outfit, a hostess gift, um, a little gift for yourself, a birthday gift. So people love touching. They love seeing product. Um, and that's the number one thing I heard from our customers.
Right. So, as far as buying decisions and vetting, because there's obviously a ton of products you can bring in, do you guys have some sort of filtering system as far as what you guys choose to bring in the store? It'd be interesting, not to give it your secret sauce, or obviously any vendors or anything like that. But what is that unique thing that decides we're actually going to put this on our shelf versus this isn't for us? I imagine that's pretty specific.
We have a great team of buyers.
Okay.
And they go to all the trade shows. They make decisions together, what fits with our brand. And they just do an awesome job. They pick the unique gifts, the clothing that they think is going to be on trend and everybody will love. And we just have an awesome team.
Yeah, I imagine that's tough to kind of know what's going to hit, what's going to not. Do you find that you guys are pretty accurate as far as picking the winners?
Yeah. They do a great job. Like the things they pick out, they come in and we love the product, and it's so easy to sell it. It's not a hard sell. It's like, this is great. We love this. And people are really open to that. You're right. I trusted you when you were right.
Right.
So we sell product we love, and that it's conveyed to our customers.
Mm-hmm. What would you say just past 2 years? I know I'm focusing on the past 2 years, but it's our reality. We're coming out of it, and it was a big deal to retailers. The disruption there. If we were to turn, and I think we were talking about this a little before the interview, we got handed a bunch of lemons, and then we were in a position where we had to start making lemonade as a business in order to survive. What were some of those good things that came out as far as you as Vintage Charm as a business? What were some of those things you were able to extract? And now now that we're moving back to normalcy, fingers crossed, what are some of those things that are going to stick? What were some of those learning lessons that actually made things better moving forward, if there are any that you could think of?
I think the best thing was our team that pulled together and knowing that the community was there to support us. They wanted us to be there, so they really focused on coming to our store first before they went online to Amazon or all those other places. Right. And they tell us all the time before, I could get this on Amazon, but I'd rather get it here because I want you guys to be here. Right. The love goes back and forth. And the main things we learned is that our presence in the community is one of a neighborhood gathering place. People come in, they see family, they see friends that, oh, I didn't know you were going to be there. It's almost like a coffee shop without the coffee. If we were to serve coffee, they'd hang out all day.
I love that. So it almost brought you closer to community.
Yes.
Ironically, that thing where everybody, it's interesting because we think okay, they did the shutdown. It forced everybody to, the answer I hear a lot is, well, it forced us to up our e-com game. So now our internet, all that. But in some weird way, it went back to the roots, the organic roots of community and togetherness.
Yes.
Which that's That's a good thing. Right?
Yes. I believe that's the number one thing with our stores. It's like we know faces, we know names. How's the family? They bring their
Yes.
dogs in. We have treats for the dogs. We have treats for the kids. It is a very family, community driven place where
Right.
people meet. Yes.
So it's the experience. So anybody else who's running retail, we can't lose sight of the shopping experience.
Correct.
People still like to do it.
Yes.
Yeah, you can get it delivered,
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't replace the going out and having that experience. And I'm glad we haven't lost sight of that.
Yeah.
Last question would be, what do you love about serving Clarendon Hills? What makes Clarendon? Because you're into not to one town against another, but what do you see different about serving Clarendon Hills? What makes this area unique that you see?
The people, the community, and how we're involved with everything that goes on. What Clarendon Hills has to offer. We love the Christmas walk, the Daisy Days, dancing in the streets. Recently, they started doing the Witches Ride during Halloween.
That was fun.
Yeah, Halloween walk. And then we also support the community with charities, fundraisers, where, for example, the Christmas, during Christmas, we sell the Clarendon Hills Historical Society ornament. It's a fundraiser for them. If there's a charity that would like to sell their T-shirts through our store, and we do not, it goes directly, 100% of the funds go directly to the charity. We love being involved in the community and everything that they sponsor here. So it's like a partnership.
Love it. I think all retailers can take a page out of your guys' playbook. I think that is you guys are just a class act. If you haven't looked at their social media, it's on point. I think you guys really understand the importance of branding and social, and obviously have the organic, traditional connection piece down. So I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
There is one more thing
Go.
that is new and exciting for us. For the first time, we're going to be sponsoring a second grade softball team for girls.
Oh, that is awesome.
So that's a new thing that we're so excited about being part of the community. So in that way, So
that's great.
So look out for the VC softball team.
I love it. So, and really just focusing on that, I think that element of service, and we kind of overlook it sometimes because we're thinking but the byproduct of service is, you'll get a good marketing bump and maybe branding, but there is nothing that feels better than doing something like that as a business.
Yes.
It takes some capital, but you're supporting a good cause, and it goes a long way with getting that connection to the community solid. So
Yes.
Appreciate you guys doing that. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.